Hello, everyone. Welcome to Knowledge Enlightenment Podcast. I hope that the previous episode was actually a wonderful episode. I actually appreciate you guys for support. It actually literally means a lot to me. I literally appreciate our organization and our online podcast association. We appreciate you a lot. We literally appreciate you. So today, I don't want to waste too much of your time. Um, Based on our research and also our reference of accumulation of knowledge, we actually came across something very, very fascinating today. So I thought maybe it's necessary for the public to know, so we organized some concepts for you. Maybe you might actually realize why people are wealthy and some people are not. So we actually came across this association, or we call them an organization of people who are actually wealthy in terms of being able to make reality move in their favor. So usually they have the power to allow the reality to move in their favor the way they actually wanted it to be. So these people are the Freemasons. I'm sure if you are actually familiar with the Freemasons, so we're going to discuss how they manage to make reality move in their favor, how to control their own reality. How do they make that? Is because that we don't understand these laws. So they have specific laws that they actually know that we don't actually know. So hence I'm saying this is actually based on educational purposes. You're not actually advising anyone to do anything. So if you're a person that loves to learn, a person that literally wants to grow, I can assure you that in this platform, you're going to learn a lot of things, okay? So the first point, so the people that I actually want to reference is that the Freemasons, we have the 33 knowledge. They are part of the 33 knowledge, which, don't you ask yourself why Benjamin Franklin was not, also Henry Ford, and also also Winston Churchill. Why don't you ask yourself about these people? Why are they wealthy? It's not literally luck or anything. It's just that they know what you don't know. That's why I'm saying that there's also an action and also a reaction. So either way, that one we will actually tackle it on our next episode or other episodes that are actually coming. So we have a lot of content for you guys. Please stay tuned and keep on watching. I'm telling you, you will start seeing things the way they are supposed to be. So our first concept that we're going to be focusing is infinite action. So what do you know about infinite action? You don't know, right? The problem is that majority of people don't understand the law of, it's actually the law of infinite action. The problem is a lot of us, we use our energy for useless things. Like it's not to say that we are actually judgmental or anything. It's just that we use our energy for unnecessary things, like complaining, worrying about things that are actually out of our control. What can we use the energy for, right? So you say you want to open a business, but you don't take action to open a business. You talk about the business. So can you see that your energy is based on talking? It's not actually based on you creating the business. So the reason why the Masons, they managed to allow the whole thing, like the whole reality, to work in their favor, or for them to control their reality to wealth, is because they knew this specific laws that we don't actually know. So the law of infinite action is important. It's like, for example, when you want your tree to grow, what must you do? You must go outside and also pour water. Make sure that you pour water every day. It's like a grass. You nurture the grass, you cut the grass, you make sure the grass is neat, you give it whatever it needs to. It's like taking action every single day without you seeing any sort of results. So this Masons, they knew that they had to do something. They had to they had to use all their energy on one specific thing, which is their goal. So if they wanted to be wealthy people, they used their goal, their whole entire action. That's what we call it, infinite actions, because the whole energy was invested in one. So the process of action. So through the process of action, what are you doing? What are you doing through the process of action? The process of action is the whole entire thing. That's the foundation. It's when you're building something. When you start to build anything, there must be a sort of foundation there. So it's actually necessary for you to take this into consideration. You understand? So the reason why is that people don't understand the law of infinite action is because they they are too perplexed when it comes to mindset and action. So they think that mindset and action is two different things. It's not literally two different things. Those things, they have to align. You need to have a mind so that your actions can correlate, right? So without the mind, so how are you gonna take action? So those things are actually linked. It's a form of energy. It's energy. It's where you lead the energy. It's from the mind, from the spirit. You lead your energy where you want your energy to go. We are emotional people, so we have emotions and all those things. So you need to understand these laws. The moment you get to understand these laws, it's like you manipulating the laws of the universe in the sense of making the universe working into your favor. You being one with the universe. That's what I'm actually trying to say. You can actually see the trees don't literally grow outside. It's just that it rains, right? It rains. There's also the sun. So you are also designing that way. So you have the ability to do that when you're nurturing a flower and all that. Besides rain and other things, you can nurture. You can be the sun. You can also be the rain, right? It's the same thing as you working on your goals. So if you start to master the law of infinite action, I'm telling you, if you start acting and speaking less or thinking less, I can promise you, you're gonna start seeing results. So, and then our next point is cause and effect. This is the law of cause and effect. This is a very vital one. So everything has a cause, and then everything has an effect. So the problem is that majority of us, we don't understand the law of cause and effect. So when I'm actually speaking about the Masons, it's sort of like, I wouldn't literally say it's a cult. It's sort of like an organization of one of the most wealthiest people that has ever lived. When I'm actually referencing Benjamin Franklin, this wealthy people that actually lived longly. They created such a very, very big impact that you won't even forget about them, even today. You understand? So the reason why I'm saying it's important, people in nowadays, they call cause and effect luck. They say, no, I'm lucky today. No, you're not lucky. You're definitely not lucky. So if you can have the power to master the law of cause and effect, you need to be able to master it. So everything has an action and everything has a reaction. It's like the cycle of life. There's also a beginning and there's also an ending. So when you're saying that it's a luck, I don't literally understand. So you need to make sure that you have the understanding of this whole thing. You need to be able to understand the formula and everything. It's like analogy. It's like analogy. When it comes to the form of cause and effect, you need to literally understand cause and effect. It's a vital concept. So if you can understand the cause and effect, you will literally know that it's all about energy. It's where you put your energy. Some people, they put their energy on pain. Some people, they put their energy on unnecessary things. So throughout your entire years, where do you invest your energy in? Are you investing your energy in your goals? And then when you start you doing what other people are doing and looking at what other people are doing, it's actually it's actually the cause and the effect of your situation or your current circumstances, because you don't focus on what is it that you want to do. You're focusing on other people. So you want your reality to be like other people. No, that's a problem. It's very, very effective, guys. So you need to understand these things are very, 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 very effective. You understand? So you need to do what you want to do. That's actually the power of maturity. So you need to do what you have to do. So that's why the Masons have control over so many things, and that's why they manage to create so much impact in the society. It's because of the universe was working in their favor, because they knew how to align themselves with the universe. They knew how the universe operates. Understand? So I hope maybe you might learn from them. If you want to learn more about them, you can actually search the Masons. You can make your own research also and search more about the Masons and actually see and learn more of how they actually managed to accumulate so much wealth and also fame and acknowledgement. So our third law, it's going to be the first principles of law. Understand? This is the law of principles. The law of principles, it's like, for example, when we're focusing on social media, right? When we focus on social media, they promote certain types of fundamentals. They promote certain types of ideologies, certain types of news or bad things. Like, what is the purpose of them doing all those things? So this organization, they knew what was the purpose of all these things. They knew the law of all these things. That is why they managed to allow the reality to control their own reality. It's because of this kind of laws that they have been practicing throughout their journey. You understand? It actually made them to attract all the things that they actually wanted in their life, because they took control. You understand? So these things are very necessary. So the fundamental is, when we realize that on news they produce different types of news. This happened in this country. There's this kind of war in America. What. There's a shutdown of what. This kind of fundamentals and propaganda that's actually distributed on social media and also on the news. It's the problem is it comes back to you. So why don't you need to start asking yourself, is this fundamentals true or false? So these Masons, they knew that they have to first ask themselves if whatever these things they're actually publishing outside there, are they true or false? So they don't just believe things just like that. So they need what facts. So majority of the public, they don't do that. They are always triggered. They believe anything they see on social media because it's literally programmed from year to year, year to year, year to year. So it stays in the mind. So everything they distribute on social media, it becomes true. It's always true. So you need to take this into consideration. So, and then when you manage to see, when you start asking yourself such questions, you start realizing that why is this things happening the way they happen? And then for you, it doesn't literally make sense. Do you understand? Is you understanding the law of principles. And then now, what are you going to focus on? The root. You're going to start looking at the root. The problem. What is causing this thing? What is the cause of all this propaganda and all these things that are actually happening around us? That's what you start asking yourself. So the Masons, this is what they were doing all this time. You understand? So they were focusing on how to live in a different way, how to do things different, away from the majority of people. They were the minority. You understand? So they were always figuring out problems. They were resolutions and solve, and they were resolutions. They were not problems. They were solving problems. That's what they were doing. All their energy was investing on solving problems. They were actually creating it because they were creating things. So you as a person, you need to ask yourself, why were these people wealthy? What made them to be so influential in all those things? So when you start asking yourself why, and then you start searching and find the root of this, find all the root of why these things are actually happening, why they became who they became. So the other thing is the root, and then finding the root of this problem, of this whole problems that are actually happening around you. What does that do? It actually makes you to become more wiser. Do you understand? Because you start taking control of your reality. You become a creator, right? So that's why the Masons, they created their own reality. So now you speak about the Masons. You speak about them because they were creating the Masons. Do you understand? So you need to create. You need to create your own reality. You need to take control of your mind, your thoughts. You need to take control of all those things. It's very necessary. You know, what do you see? You don't have to believe everything that you see. You need to reference. Make sure that whatever you see is true or not. Do you understand? So I'm sure on the law of principles, I'm sure you have a proper understanding of what is literally happening. So if you want more, you can search more. You can actually search more on the book of one of the Masons who was actually initiated in the 1954. You can actually check his book. I think it's Holland. It's Paul Godgood. Yeah. Paul Goodman, you can actually check him and see, you will see the book that was actually published. It will actually reference all of the principles and all those things. And another point is, another law is the law of spirit. This is a very fascinating one. So the law of spirit. So you know what the law of spirit is? We are spiritual beings, and it's very important. So I'm not going to reference a lot. So 5,000 years back, there was one existing Asian person. It was a person he was a hermetic. He was doing hermetic teachings. So in this sense, what I mean, he actually identified, and they literally identified, because he was actually one with spirit, mind, and body. So he mastered all the laws of spirit, mind, and body. So the moment when he actually mastered all those things, it was so very fascinating. So we call that the gradation. We call that the gradation of good. You understand? It's like the gradation of good. He mentioned he literally understood the three dimensions. So in the law of spirit is you aligning your three dimensions. So it's what? It's mind, okay? Mind, body, and soul. Right? So it means this three planes, it's the mental plane, which is very much for actually what you want. So please, whatever we actually reference on the concepts, please, you can actually try focusing on your goal, whatever goal that you
Two on the beat.